All right, everybody. So let's just quickly review the market and the opportunities that were available. So what happened was in the morning. In the morning, you had this wave right in the morning. Started around 9:30, and basically it was a strong rally. Biggest price in 12 waves, biggest volume in 12 waves. So from this area right here. So obviously this is a rally. So this is strong rally coming from the lows. All right. So then I'm taking a look at this chart and I see that it's the biggest in 35 columns. So there's no question that it's some type of, it's like a rejection of the lows. So this break, reversal. So I consider this some type of shakeout maneuver. Why? It's targeting these levels, this low, this low, this low, this low. So shakeout or spring maneuver. And basically demand just comes back in. And the biggest demand in 35, biggest volume in 35 up bars. So it's a no-brainer that the market's going to go higher. All right, this volume is bigger than all of this base. So it's a no-brainer. And then this is the high volume area. This is the heavy buying activity from here that it came from. This is your quote-unquote demand zone. So after that, the market pulled back 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is very important. Why? If you look on the chart, what do you see? High volume, no follow through. Where's the other one? Yeah, effort. So you have both effort and you have high volume, no follow through. So on that pullback right here, you see the volume see these? Volume increases, biggest in the last 4 pullback columns, but this is flat. More input to the downside, but no output. So what do we know this is? Accumulation. Why? Because of the heavy selling and increased amount of selling, but no increase in the amount of output. So more input, no output. It's bag holding. Someone's holding bag, letting everybody sell into it who thinks the price is going to go lower. But someone else's bag holding is accumulating. And our two evidences, we use two evidences. It's high volume at little or no follow through. High volume with little or no follow through. You see the print? And second, it's effort with an increase in volume, no increase in output, no increase in price distance. So this gives us the evidence that we're looking for. Plus, we have all this thing in the background, this rally with strong volume. Biggest in 12, biggest volume in 12 waves. So after that, it's just, goes. It goes. This, there was actually a minor trade here, but it's not evident on the ES. It's evident on the NQ. And it's the same logic that I've been explaining. Over here, when the market attempts to break, You have high volume, no follow through. You got effort. You can see the effort. Increase volume here. No output. No increase in output. This gives us evidence that it's a minor distribution. What the minor distribution here did, again, you have to always have ease of movement. Otherwise, the volume means nothing. You could be totally wrong. Price has to confirm the volume. And it confirms right here. Confirms right here in this down wave. This down wave is 1.8 times average down volume. Biggest in the last 7 waves. So that's the ease of movement as a wave. This is the ease of movement as a column. This is the ease of movement as a bar. Here and there. So what does that mean? It just pulls back, tests, and gives a little pullback. A little move, but you can easily get in on this and get this. You just have to know that market is very strong, so you have to know that this is going to be a counter trend move, or at least anticipate the possibility. Why? Because there's too much buying activity here. There's buying activity here, here, here. So the market, it may pull back to this area, maximum, it will pull back to this area. Right? Because there's buying activity as indicated by the prints. So you know that this is, you're trading just a pullback. So you just have to, know that. Right? And that's it. After that, the volume comes in and goes up. The other thing to notice is there's a lot of effort here. All right, they're stopping the price from going down. There's a lot of effort. It's not easy to catch, and I don't want to put another indicator, but you can tell from the angle of the wave, the acuteness or lack thereof. You see how it's not acute? It's not as acute. You can tell from that also, just by taking a look at the angle. Right? If you would take the volume relative to the distance, you would see that there's a lot of volume buildup, but not a lot of price progress. So there's effort here. And you can't catch it here. Oh, maybe. Relatively speaking, there's more volume here than here, and the output is the same, right? But it's not as obvious. What is obvious is the print, the ease of movement, take the short, take it down. What else is obvious is where's all this crap? Is this. To some degree, this up here was obvious too. To some degree, but I think that this one's really obvious. And you have ease of movement, and I put it as a signal, so it doesn't mean you just take everything. You have to evaluate it. Is it at a level, blah, 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 so you see that these are the lows, attempts to break, can't break, now it's meaningful. Now it's meaningful. Why? Because it tried to go down and couldn't. And reversed with biggest volume, so now you want to get in, right? Because you're trading at a danger point. This is a danger point, and demand at a danger point, defending the ability to go down, defending the support. All right, I'm done with this. I'll show one more trade. This was a pretty good trade, but the problem is it happened, the move came too late in the day. You just have to hold, and then finally after hours it moved. So that's the problem. But I mean, this was pretty obvious too. As I explained so many times, market goes down. Here you had, where is it? Here you have volume, right? And here you have very clear ease of movement. Look at this. You don't have to be a genius to figure out this ease of movement, because it's the biggest in 34 bars, 34 columns of volume, and price goes up. So this is your ease of movement. And we just take a look at what happened. And you see there's high volume, no follow through, right? High volume, no follow through, or little follow through. I would say only one. I would allow for only one more box maximum. So it's either no follow through or just one box. Anyway, so this no high volume, no follow through, and effort. How do you see the effort? You see the effort. Volume. Look at this. And look at this flat. No increase in output. A hell of a lot of input. A lot of input, no output. What happened afterwards? Ease of movement, which proves or confirms the confirmation. Ease of movement is confirmation. And then after that, you just chill out and relax and just get in on the pullback. That's what happened. Bang, tap. But this move, I was expecting during the day, but the damn thing went, at the end of the day. Where was it? I guess. See this? I had a target here. It was very obvious. First, there was some preliminary buying here, and then this was the change of behavior. Look at this. I know it is because it's the biggest in 14 up waves. 14 up waves. The price isn't that big. It's the biggest in 4, but this is the tip-off that this buying activity. And after that, it makes a lower low, a higher low, and a higher high. And then they try to break, cannot break on heavy volume. This is all effort, and it's game over. So the ease of movement finally showed here and here. You can see the ease of movement. What is this? This is stopping the market from going down. It's accumulating. You can see the increase in volume, no increase in output. What is this? This is also accumulation. This is accumulation. You can see the increase in volume. No output, nothing. Bag holding. Bag holding. You want to sell into it? I'll buy everything you got. That's why there's no output. That's why it's not going down. Here, here. This was just bringing it back into the range, into support, and bang. Now, what is the count for this? I don't know, and I don't care. All right, I'm done. Thank you. Have a good day.